Shalom Aleichem. This week is Purim and a day of celebration. Enjoy, right? Be happy, dance, sing, make others happy. Imbibe, right? We're not supposed to imbibe. Rabbi Nachman was very much against all the drinking that goes on. L'chaim, 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 and then you end up drunk, right? What kind of life could you live if you're drunk, right? We're not talking here about AA, Al-Anon, and all that kind of stuff. We're talking about a person being sober. Well, let's put it this way. The Gemara in Brachos has a couple of pages what to do when you dream about this or that or the other. Somebody once came to Reb Nosson. He said to him, Reb Nosson, please, I had this dream, and what do I do about it? It's a frightening dream and whatnot. Reb Nosson turned to him and said, listen carefully. I don't care what happens to you when you're asleep, when you're in a subconscious mood. I do care what goes on with you when you're awake, right? So being drunk, being asleep, it's a subconscious mood, subconscious mode. And who knows what can you accomplish? Yet, Purim has a mitzvah to imbibe and get drunk. Well, so what do we do with all the warnings not to drink, not to overdrink and all that? We live in a world where, as I told the story just recently, around 1980, 40 years ago, showing my age, I was out in California. And I said, you know what? I have a chance now in my life to go to Disneyland. I had two nieces living out in the West Coast, Los Angeles area at the time. I said, come, I'll take you to Disneyland. But it was really selfish because I wanted to go myself. But we went. We came there, and outside Disneyland, there was a sign. You are entering a land of make-believe, right? Enjoy it and stuff like that. I don't remember the exact words, but I do remember you're entering a land of make-believe. And I stood there, shocked still. I said, gewaldig. That's a tremendous sign. Only it should be turned around so that when you leave Disneyland, you know you're going into a land of make-believe. Where we live is a land of make-believe. We live in a subconscious mood. There's consciousness where we're supposed to come to know Hashem, and there's subconscious where we just exist. Most of us go through the motions. Well, we'll eat breakfast in the morning, go out to work, come home. Maybe we'll even learn a little bit, an hour or two or three, right? Maybe we'll do something good during the day. But is it subconscious or is it conscious? Purim is a day to recognize that the world is subconscious. People act out of habit. They do things. You get up in the morning, you get dressed, you daven, you eat, go out to work, habit. But are you truly aware of what's going on? When you're drunk, you're not. So, are we drunk? Yeshaya Hanavi says, Shimuna Ushchuras milot veloy miyoyin. Listen to me, those, you are drunkards, but not from wine. We're drunkards. We go through life existing. Purim is here to bring you life. Even in the subconscious, you can be happy. Even when you're not really fully aware of what's going on around you, you could be conscious of happiness and joy. What happens when you're happy? What's the value, right? Well, most of us face depression. It's a very common thing, right? They even developed Prozac and things like that, which you can buy off the shelf, over the counter, as they call it, right? You don't need a prescription for it. Anything in order to be able to overcome that depression. Somehow that depression is always there. Somehow we always have something to be depressed about. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, because what does this world really have to offer? Work, and more habits, and more indulgence. But true life, where I can feel alive and well. The miracle of Purim happened because the Jews were existing. The temple was destroyed. They went from being a great nation to being an enslaved nation. And what kind of life is that? And that's what we are today. We're enslaved. If we're enslaved to our daily habits, if we're, as a nation, let's say Israel, if we're a nation enslaved to the whims of other countries, imagine, Israel says it wants to reform its judicial system. Okay. The United States, England, France, Germany, everyone gets involved. Don't change the judicial. Why? Whose business is it? Are we a sovereign nation or not? No, we're not. We're existing. We don't realize the things that we have to do as conscious human beings. Purim, we have to listen to the Megillah. It's called Megillat Esther. Megillat is from the word legalot, says Reb Nosson, to reveal. We read the Megillat Esther, we have to reveal. Esther is from the word hastara, hidden. That which is hidden from us, which is Hashem, which is the truth, right? We have to reveal it. We have to bring it forth into the world. So we start with an understanding, as if in a 12-step program with Alcoholics Anonymous. You have to stop that. We're powerless, but there is a higher power. There is Hashem. Recognize Hashem. Come to recognize Him, that He exists, and He's around, and He's there for us. He is there for us. So that's what the idea of Purim is. How do you do it? Well, Misholach Monos. You read the Megillah, you have to send something edible, something that the other guy doesn't have to work on. In other words, you can't send him uncooked meat, or you can't send him raw vegetables and fruits, yeah, but not vegetables, uncooked potatoes. It's not edible. You got to send him something that's available, something I can come to right away, something I can enjoy immediately that can make me happy. Oh, how nice. A good piece of chocolate, right? Whatever the case may be, but you got to have Sholach Monos. You also have to have in Purim Matonos Levyonim. You have to take a poor person under your wing and give him a present, something monetary that will help him in his life, right? It's not a day of being selfish. It's a day when I have to give of myself. I have to take a regular person whom I know, and give them something that they could use, right? A lot of times you bring a present to someone's house, you're visiting, you're invited for a meal, you bring something that's useless. What good is that? What good is bringing something useless? Here on Purim, you have to give something useful. You have to give something that you could eat, but you have to give tzedakah. You have to understand there are other people out there that don't have what you have. Even if you have a minimum, you're living a minimal lifestyle, but you do have something to contribute to the other guy. Contribute. Give to the other guy. Share your wealth. And then, only then, can you go into your meal, your Purim meal, and enjoy it. Imbibe, right? Indulge. Take your Purim meal and realize there's so much that Hashem has given you. You have so much to live for. Look at the life you have till now. You can make it better. It's good. Whatever you do have is better than nothing. So you have something. You're starting from a level that you have. Maybe not much, but you're starting from a low level and you can only go up from here. May Hashem help us that we take the lesson of Purim, that we learn to go forward in life, to do good, to help others, to realize that Hashem is hidden from us and come out of existence into true life. And then, even when you imbibe and you go into the subconscious, you'll still be aware of Hashem. May Hashem help that that's where we get to. We're aware of Hashem 24/7, and we should see the coming of Mashiach and the building of the Beis HaMikdash. Amen.